to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I'm excited for today's pick a card because today we are tapping into what are they thinking and feeling? What are they feeling for you romantically? What are their thoughts about you, the connection? Set your intention for whoever you want to tap into today romantically, and that is who we're reading on. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. I offer custom spell work on there, private readings, of course, manifestation candles, all sorts of stuff. And then, like I said, pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile. We have group 1 with the Onyx Crystal Point. Group 2 with the Apatite Crystal Point. Group 3 with the Clear Quartz Crystal Point. And group 4 with the Amethyst Crystal Point. So pause the video if you need more time, but we are just going to get right into it. What are their thoughts and feelings for you? Alright, if you chose group 1 with the Onyx Crystal Point, this is your reading. We are using the Arcanum Tarot for you today, and we are going to figure out what are their thoughts and feelings, seriously, deeply. What are their deep thoughts and feelings for you? That is what we're tapping into, Spirit. This is for group 1 with the Onyx. What is this person thinking right now? Okay, we have always remember, my heart holds you when my arms cannot. So immediately I'm getting, for some of you, this is a long distance relationship that you're in and you're wanting to know their thoughts and feelings, because it's just like you're getting to the point in the connection where it's like you can only say so much, or maybe you guys have said it all. So they want you to know that you're in their heart, even if you're not in a long distance relationship. If there's any sort of separation between you and your person, you have not left this person's heart, period. We need to trust our higher selves. They know exactly what situations and experiences will bring us back into union. So another card talking about separation. I feel like for you guys, group 1, you're in separation with this person, or there seems to be some sort of disconnect. And to be honest, it could just be conflicting schedules, like you literally haven't been able to see each other. And if you struggle with overthinking, or if you have a hard time, like if you're like more just naturally pessimistic, if you have a hard time being optimistic and seeing the bright things, your brain may just do that, unfortunately, where it's just like whatever narrative we could have in our head, we got the negative one. Like that just may be how your mind operates from time to time. And then we have, no matter how far we get away from each other, even in different dimensions, we will always find our way back. This is destiny. There's definitely an energy of separation. This entire deck, this is not a separation deck. It's not at all. So I'm surprised that right away all your cards are talking about some sort of like separation happening with you and your person. For someone, I'm feeling very strongly that it's mentally, because when you guys first knew each other, or when you first started talking, there was fireworks, there was, plenty of banter, plenty of back and forth, and then it just kind of stopped, and now it's like all physical, or all, spiritual. Like maybe you connect with them in the astral, in the dream space, through experiences in your waking life. Like you could randomly smell them in your room, and it's like, I never even had this person in my house. We met at a coffee shop. How am I smelling them in my room? They never entered this space. Or you may be receiving messages like different spiritual gifts. I can't like put my finger on the word I'm looking for, but like, you could be having other forms of communication depending on your spiritual gifts. Wow. We have, there is a reason why you can't walk away. We belong together from the start. And then we have, when my soul saw you, it went, oh, there you are. I've been looking for you. This person may have literally stopped in their tracks the first time they saw you. They may have visibly like paused or did a double take, or I feel like the first time they saw you, if you locked eyes with them at the same time, you would have definitely noticed that they had some sort of like physical reaction or look on their face, or like you could definitely tell that they had been taken off guard by seeing you, that they were kind of shaken by, you know, seeing you. Oops. Spirit, any other thoughts from this deck? What are they thinking about group 1? This person feels very connected to you. I don't know why I want to say emotionally and spiritually. And that's the thing with emotions. Everyone assumes like, no, if someone's emotional, then they're always crying. There are 1,000,001 like emotions, seriously. This person you could have random bouts of sadness every time you're around this person, because you make them very emotional, and vice versa. You guys could have some twin flame energy going on between the two of you. I definitely feel like you bounce off of each other in that way. There's definitely something here about separation though. We have, I will never forget the echo of your heart. An ocean of time may pass, but still my heart will guide me to yours. So this person is not doubtful, but it seems like they've lost hope. That's how it feels. Like it feels like this person has lost hope, but they still feel very connected to you. And it's like their heart tells them we will be back together, but their mind tells them it's impossible. It won't happen. What way do you see that happening? Look at the 3D. It's a mess. Like it's not logical for you to feel that way. You know, like I definitely see a battle between the head and the heart. So this person may come across as hot and cold, or they may be very sporadic and emotional around you. Again, there's so many emotions, you know. This person could get around you and then all of a sudden they start to get spazzy. They start to feel like being spontaneous, like you activate them and kind of trigger them. And then we have the success of our union requires that both of us are capable of releasing our egos in order to act only out of unconditional love. So they feel like you were put in their path for a reason, but they feel like the ego is at play between the two of you. Like there's ego issues, there's triggering. This person feels so emotional. Like they try to deny that they're emotional, but they feel so emotional. Like tapping into their energy, this is not the energy of someone who's like non-emotional, nonchalant, like they want to make it seem like they are. Like, no, you're not. Spirit, show me their feelings. How are they feeling now? What are their true feelings now? We have blame and patience. Wow, blame is really deep. I accept responsibility for my well-being is what it says. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So that lets me know at a certain point in your relationship, they put their happiness in your hands, or vice versa. You put their happiness, or you put your happiness in their hands. Regardless, you know, you guys may have gotten to a point in your connection where you were playing the blame game, like, you know, you should be doing this, or you should do this first, I should do this first, like whatever it is, you should surrender, I should surrender, whatever it is that you wanted from each other, wherever, you know, the arguments were. And they got to a point where it's like, okay, you can't make me happy. I have to work on myself. I have to get some sort of healing or therapy. I would not at all be surprised if this person did get therapy, because they're so emotional. They have to regulate it. Like someone in this energy is either self-sabotaging the house, like seriously, like self-sabotaging, going out partying, going crazy, stupid, like really self-sabotaging, or there's no like middle ground with an energy like this. Like they're choosing one of those, because they can't just sit in this energy for too long. It would drive them actually insane. And then we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So again, this person hasn't let go of hope that you will be together at a point. We have surrender and courage. Ooh, I like courage, because courage is a nod to action. Courage means someone has enough energy to take action. So I like that energy showing up here. Surrender says, I can release my need to control. So they're trying to be patient. They're trying to surrender. They feel like they've hurt you, and they feel like, you know, you've been hurt in general by the situation, by the things you've allowed, by the things that you've done. They feel like you're experiencing some sort of disappointment in yourself and with them, and they're surrendering and giving you the time and space to care for yourself, to nurse yourself back to health. And with that blame card, it's like they know that they couldn't heal you. They're the one who broke you. They can't heal you, you know? So they're just like, okay, you know what? I need to give them space. And with that space, they will sit and wallow in this energy, or they will, you know, seek healing, whether that's spiritual healing or therapy themselves or whatever. They feel like you need space from them. And this person is surprisingly emotionally mature, to be honest. I don't know what happened. There's definitely space or distance between the two of you, but I can't say that this is an F-boy, F-girl, someone who's all over the place, someone who's confused. I'm not getting that vibe from them. I get an emotionally mature vibe. And that may really frustrate you about this person. They can have like intelligent conversations, but when it comes to like doing right by you, it seems like they may drop the ball. But they know that if they're the person that hurt you, even if you're calling out for them and you want them to make it all, you know, you want them to make it better, they know that, you know, a safe space can also be the place of pain. Like that energy at least has to clear, and then you have to build a new foundation for something else. Or, you know, they may be like your go-to person, but they know even though you want them, it's not what you need. We have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I just heard rumors. I don't know where that's coming from. Rumors. There may have been a situation between you and this person where there were rumors going around. I would say like if you went to school with this person or you work with them, that would make sense. Or if there were other people around during your connection, that could make sense. But I'm like, how could there be rumors? Unless they, you know, went off at the mouth about you on social media, that would make sense. But I just heard that. I just heard rumors. Spirit was like rumors. So for someone, that was a specific message. That's a part of the issue. Some sort of rumors. And then I have denial that came out. Let me get some water. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness is what denial says. So this person, I feel like they were in denial. They didn't feel like the distance between you and them would be real. They felt like it would pass by just like it always did, you know. They thought you would cave. They thought they would cave at this point. They thought you guys would be speaking again by now, or things would be different by now. And I feel like they were definitely in denial before. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness is what denial says. So I feel like they're moving past the denial phase and they're moving into the I need help phase. If the Hierophant or the High Priestess comes out, this person is definitely in therapy. I'm getting like Three of Pentacles Hierophant energy, where it's like this person is working with spirit, mind, body, and soul. They're healing themselves, you know, repairing themselves. I feel like they're actually taking advice. I just heard female friend. They may have a female friend that was a hater during the relationship, but now that person is like, no, you know what? I actually want you to be happy. And I do think there's some things that were done wrong, and that person is kind of helping them during this time. That's probably who you wouldn't want to help them, but I am picking up on a female presence. For some of you, this person may have hated on your relationship or got in the way. For some of you, that's not the case at all. This is like their sister or, you know, their mother, some feminine in their life. Or it could be, a, you know, a masculine that's tapping into their feminine energy to be like, listen, bro, she's as good as it's gonna get. He's as good as is gonna get. Like, you need to work through this. You always get to this space. I feel like this person has people around them that care for them at this time. And I feel like that's because they have been really spiraling. Like when they were in denial, they would have been more on the shadow aspect or the shadow side of, like I said before, it's like, okay, I feel like someone's either self-sabotaging or they're healing. There's no gray area. So when they were in denial, they may have been on that shadow side of things. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse and the 9 of Wands in reverse. Let me see what we got. We got the Hierophant. We have the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so Spirit is saying this is like self-help. Ace of Wands is all about intention, your personal belief, the numerology of 1, it represents the self. And the Hierophant, that's like they're doing self-help. So they may be consuming different content, reading books, watching YouTube videos, doing some sort of self-help or healing process. We have the Judgment card in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. So I do feel like you guys have let go of chasing this person with the Knight of Wands. They need to, this person could be a Sag, Leo, Aries, a lot of fire energy, a lot of Wands energy has come up for you guys. But you may be like, listen, Ace of Wands, absolutely tap into yourself, decide what you want to do, and Knight of Wands, get to the point where you're now taking action and you're taking the lead. With the Chariot in reverse and the Judgment card in reverse, as much as you want this situation to work, as much as you want to explore it more, you just know that this person has to put an equal amount of energy for it to work long term. So I feel like even though you've wanted to reach out many times, or maybe you did in the beginning, and you want to make it work, and like, you know, your soul tells you like, reach out, just fix it. This can be fixed. You can do it. You've been like, no, I'm not going to fix it yet again because I don't want a relationship like the past. We have the 2 of Wands. So I feel like even though you guys may be hurt at this time, you're still in a very healthy space where it's like, if it's not what I need, if it's not for me, I'm just not going to have it. I'm just not going to be a part of it. It's as simple as that. I feel like that's the space you're in. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse and the 9 of Wands in reverse. So I don't feel like they're at the 10 yet. I don't feel like they're at the space where they're taking action, but I feel like this is active healing. 7 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse is, well, first of all, 7 of Wands in reverse is like someone kind of having nothing to give. They can't build on the situation. They don't even have like the fundamentals that they can offer you. Just the bare minimum of what you need in a relationship for it to work, let alone the stuff that you like and you would prefer from a partner. 9 of Wands in reverse is like they're like on a personal level, on their personal journey, they're not in a position where they can give to another. And you're not rushing that process, denying that. It hurts, but you know what you want. Wow, we have the Queen of Wands. So it's like, it's not a matter of whether or not we're compatible. We're compatible, but it's a matter of King of Swords in reverse. Wow, King of Pentacles in reverse. Will you take the action? Will you communicate with me? Will you fight for us? Are you who you want to be? Do you feel like you're a valuable person? Are you lazy? King of Pentacles in reverse is a lazy. It's someone who's lazy. They play the game. They eat chips. They don't take care of their health. They don't do anything. All they can do is D you down, and even that's not great, you know? So it's like, do you have anything to offer me? Are you communicating properly? Are you getting up off your behind and putting energy into the situation? We did have the High Priestess that came up. You guys got a lot of mirroring energy with the Hierophant and the High Priestess. With you coming out as the Queen of Wands, wow. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's like, if you're not taking action, neither am I, because I know my worth and I know who I am. So I feel like the situation is kind of dead in the water until not only, hold on, I think a card fell. There is one. Not only until they heal themselves, but then they also have to take the action to win you back and convince you that it would be worth your time at this point. Because after you heal from a situation that's like as dramatic as this, you're not going to put yourself back into harm's way and just run back into this person's arms, you know? They're going to have to really prove that they're worth your time and energy. We got the Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Three of Cups in reverse. Wow. Three of Cups in reverse, I'm hearing body party. That may have been that may be on someone's like freaky playlist, Body Party. I'm pretty sure that's by Sierra. Pretty sure it's called Body Party. But anyways, Three of Cups in reverse is like, listen, You don't buy the milk, you don't get the cookies. I don't know. Like, I'm not giving you any more of this body or my energy or my time or my attention or this fun. I'm not going to be that light in your life anymore, and as you just drain me. Spirit, what is the future of this connection? Wow, nice. We have miracles and healing chaos, so I love that. You guys are both healing individually. And we also have the miracles card, so there is an energy here where it's like someone has lost hope and faith will be restored by things coming together by the way of a miracle. You may not have a way to talk to this person. There may be like some of you, a few of you may be in a very unique situation where it's like even if you wanted to, you couldn't move things forward. So I am seeing a miracle come through in that regard. But the future of this connection is healing the chaos. I feel like at a bare minimum, you guys will come to a space where you can be friends again, or at least get closure if you haven't even gotten that in this situation. And then we have the opportunity card and blessing. So taking a step further after you get through that healing, after you go through that miracle to bring things back together, after you get that closure or talk things through, there will then be the opportunity to try again romantically with this person. And with the blessings card, I feel like Spirit is saying I can bless this connection moving forward because the work has been done. So if there's any work that you guys are being called to do on your end, make sure you definitely do that. Honestly, for me, if I was in your position as I've read everything, I would say, first of all, just giving yourself the time to feel how you feel, cry it out, box it out, whatever you got to do, you know, shred at the gym, get that energy out. I would definitely take a spiritual bath. You can find spiritual baths on Etsy. You can find them on Amazon. And you can honestly, if you have a diffuser, then you have all the oils you need. Just look up like oils synonymous, herbs synonymous with cleansing, and you probably have a few oils that you can make a really good bath with yourself. I would definitely do that. I would personally do a cord cutting because it's like, even when you come back together, you're starting all over on a blank canvas because they've done their healing and Spirit is coming in to bless, you know, the future. So it's like the cord is going to be cut anyways. So I would do a cord cutting just so you can truly detach and go through that healing process. So many people can't fully heal because they don't cut the cord. They still have like a desire to be with the person or to have a certain outcome or to have like whatever. And it keeps them from fully doing the healing because there's certain things that you can't heal if you still want to be with someone. So that's what I would do. And then, you know, give them the time to come towards you. I love that. I 1000% support that, not wanting to do anything and waiting for them to do the work. So that's what I got for you. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is what came up for you today, group 1. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 2 with the Appetite Crystal Point, this is your reading. We're using the Santa Muerte Tarot for you today. And we are going to see their genuine thoughts and feelings, their deepest thoughts and feelings for you. Spirit, this is for group 2 with the Appetite Stone. Show me their thoughts for group 2, their person's thoughts. Wow. Okay, I'm getting a couple downloads already. First of all, I'm picking up on a teacher-student situation that this person really didn't like. So you may be on like your 3rd, 4th ascension while this person has just gone through 1. Or you may be a spiritual person, this person isn't. You may be someone who's constantly working on yourself, you know, and they aren't. We have go find yourself so you can find me. You need to focus on yourself and be at peace with who you are before I can come back to you. So this person feels like, you know, you may have been trying to teach them how to love you or teach them how to how to love in general, and they just really didn't like it. It really didn't sit well with them. They felt like you couldn't accept them for who they were, or they feel like you may have jumped the gun and assumed that they were one kind of way based on one scenario. And it's like, you don't even know me. You know, this person may have really struggled with their self, the way that they see themselves when they were younger. A lot of people do. It's very common when it's like you go through school and you go through, you know, just years and years of programming how to be accepted by, you know, as many people as possible, how to fit in. And then you get outside of that and you try to live life for you. And it's like, you look at those times and it's like, ugh, I hate that version of myself. I hate what I did or how I acted. You know, I want to be more authentic. So this comes across to me as someone who's just real triggered. That's how it feels. I don't feel like for all of you that was the case, but I do feel like, they feel that you don't know yourself because you've just been trying to make them into something that the ideal boyfriend or the ideal girlfriend. You know, they assume you don't know yourself because you don't have anything like new or unique to bring into the situation. It's just kind of regurgitated content that you've listened to online. That's how they're seeing it. Like, and I'm like, are they just really triggered, or is there truth to that? The first card that did come out is the universe is fighting for our souls to be together. All the signs you have been noticing are not coincidences. So they're getting a lot of signs and signals about you. It doesn't help if you're like someone who's spiritual, because they may be feeling like this is happening because you're, you know, doing spells and magic and trying to manifest them. Maybe you are, but it's freaking them out. It's kind of backfiring. They don't like that they can't get you out of their mind. They don't like that they don't feel like they have complete free will in this situation. They feel like they're trying to be controlled or forced. We have sometimes two people who are truly best for each other will have to face greater obstacles in order to be with each other. So maybe it's right person, wrong time. And it's like both of you came together to kind of, sometimes spirit will do that. Spirit will put you in front of, you know, the person you're kind of meant to be with, at least for the time being, so that you can get triggered, like super triggered, and then, you know, learn and grow from it and come back together. Or maybe life started to hit and that caused you to have other obstacles between the two of you, making it so you physically couldn't be together in the same face or focused on the connection because there were real life things going on around you. But I also feel like this person may use that as an excuse. Okay, I'm picking up on someone specifically. You started talking to this person around 2020, or around the time when people would say, with a whole pandemic out here and da-da-da, you're doing this, you're doing that. I always cringe when I see people still saying that, because it's like, okay, that you gotta find a different excuse. But for some of you, that may have been the reason why the connection couldn't grow. Maybe you got laid off, or maybe they did, or maybe there was some sort of disconnect during that time. Maybe there was a rapid ascension that happened during that time, or some sort of separation. But this person has been using that as an excuse ever since, if not to you, to themselves. And this is what I feel like is true here. We have you and I. We are embers from the same fire, dust from the same star. We are echoes of the same love. I feel that 1000%. This is giving me such twin flame energy with all the triggering. We also have, I trigger your wounds for the purpose of healing. It is your responsibility to heal these wounds. Wow, this person is so on the defense. This person is so defensive when it comes to you. They feel really scared about you. They're kind of scared of you, low-key. I ain't even gonna hold you. They're a bit scared of you. Whether it's because of your magical power, whether it's because of what you know, whether it's because of your intensity. They just feel like this feeling that reminds them of back in the day. And so it triggers them 20 times more. Because back in the day, they were someone who would conform to what everyone else wanted around them, whether it was their family, their community, their religion, their friends, their school, you know, coworkers, whoever. But they have broken free of that. They live for themselves now. So to feel like someone just you know, coming at them like you need to be doing this or you need to be doing that, it's like, you don't even know yourself to say that about me, because you're not asking for anything groundbreaking or new or unique. You're just telling me to do the same meaningless that everyone else does. That doesn't mean anything to you. It's not going to add anything into your life if I, you know, bring you roses every Friday. Think of something more authentic, like at least ask me for an edible arrangement. No, but I feel like this person, like, they're very triggered. Their inner dialogue is very harsh as well. They may be a super harsh communicator now because of what they've gone through. We have every cell in my body is telling me that you are my happily ever after. I'm convinced of this. And then we have my body may be away, your body may be away from me, but there is a window open from my heart to yours. There's definitely some communication going on that is not spoken. Whatever that means to you. There's so many forms of communication, but there's some sort of communication or connection that's being maintained outside of words between the two of you. That would be a very messy situation if you guys were physically intimate with each other while you're having this internal struggle. That's just a recipe for mess, but that could be what it is. And then this one. Wow. Yeah. I almost want to clarify that with tarot because it's such a different narrative than everything else that we were getting. Spirit, can you clarify? Every cell in my body is telling me that you are my happily ever after. I'm convinced of this. Can you clarify? We have the Justice card. Yeah, it's like right person, but honestly, they feel like you haven't done the work, if I'm being honest. And that's the thing about this type of reading, specifically their feelings and thoughts. We're getting their real, uncut, unfiltered feelings and thoughts. It doesn't mean that it's true. This isn't a reading where I'm tapping into your situation. This is a reading where I'm tapping into their head. So I know this could be very triggering to hear. Go off, you know, in the comments. Let me know the real tea. Like, break it down for me so I can understand. But the energy that I'm getting with this Justice card is like, yes, I do feel like you're the right person. My heart, when I'm around you, I can feel that the connection that I feel in my heart is true. But they just feel like you're lost, like in the mind. They feel like you have been programmed by people and social media, and they just feel like, yeah, you're the right person, but without doing the work, it just doesn't matter. You know what this reminds me of? And I hate this show, Married at First Sight. It's just, I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't like it. But it reminds me of that show, Married at First Sight, where it's like, you can have experts, psychologists, dating experts, I mean, people with PhDs, a whole production of a cute, pretty coin going behind getting you married to this person. You could have all the compatibility in the world. You could take tests, quizzes, everything. But still, if someone hasn't done the work, it's not gonna work, you know? It just reminds me of that show, Married at First Sight, because they get married, but then they give them this opportunity at like 8 weeks where you can divorce if, you know, you don't want to be with that person. And it's like, if this person, if everything is compatible between you and them, then what else is there? Are you getting in your own way? So this is how this person sees it. To be honest, I feel like there, a little bit of that is true. I feel like what they're picking up on is true to a degree. But I'm also equally seeing that they are very triggered because they have a wound specifically to do with people telling them how to be, who to be. That is specifically where they self-sabotage. That could even be where they start to get shadowy, where they start to, you know, if you try to do that to them, if you try to make them conform, if you try to strip away their individuality and tell them what to do, what to think, how to act, what they should be doing, how to be, they may get very passive aggressive and just mean, you know? So that's the clarity on that card. Let me pull for their feelings now. Spirit, show me how they're feeling. What are their feelings for group 2? Yeah. Pride is definitely a huge part of this. This person is really struggling with Their ego. I feel like it's hard to say, because yes, I see them struggling with their ego, but because a part of what they're saying I can say is probably true. Like, you know, if you have these expectations like, oh, you should be doing this, that can make someone feel really bad if they're trying to connect with you and build something unique with you, and you're just talking about what the next bitch got on social media, you know. That's not us, you know. If someone wants to be like truly in a connection with you, that can be very frustrating. So I feel like both parties are equally at fault. This is a situation that needs to be completely cleansed. Like, both of you have to come together and choose to let go of the past to move forward. There's no way you can move forward. Like, look at this. They're still playing the blame game. There's no way you guys are going to be able to move forward without complete forgiveness of the past. Blame says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. And that's how these cards are. They have affirmations on the bottom for how to work through this emotion. But we have blame, worry, and pride that came up. So this person is fearful that they've lost you forever, and they feel that connection. They're also fearful that they will never find someone. For some of you, if this person was toxic, they projected that fear onto you. Like, you're never going to find someone, when low-key that's how they felt. But they do feel worryful after the situation. It's like, because they're realizing, like what I was saying about married at first sight, they're realizing like, you can have all the compatibility in the world, but it can still not work out. So am I ever going to find someone then? That's how they're feeling. I am learning that worry doesn't change the outcome, is what it says at the bottom of the card. And then we have pride. Pride says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So this person has strong feelings for you. They really do, you know, like love you, care about you, but they've also been extremely triggered. I feel like you've gotten the angel and the demon from this person. I feel like you've seen their shadow and their higher self. You've seen them in a situation where they're comfortable, where they're happy, and you've had good times. But you've also seen this person in their just shadowy, oof, demon time energy. We have success, death, and health. So as far as their feelings, they're working on their health right now. They're working on their success. Probably health, going to the gym, you know, trying to keep their mental health at bay or build it, heal it. And success, they're probably throwing themselves into work, worrying about money, trying to better themselves. Death says, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Success says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And health says, I honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So that's what they're feeling. That's what they're working on. Worry, pride, blame, health, success, and death energy. A lot of mixed emotions. Honestly, I just feel like this person is fighting for their life because they haven't been in a low like this in a long time. They haven't been in a low like this like since their first ascension, which I feel like happened during high school or after high school. Whenever they said, you know what, I'm not going to conform anymore. I'm not going to be who everyone wants me to be. We got the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like Spirit is trying to help this situation along, move it along, help both of you. I feel like both parties need healing. Like this person, someone who talks that directly, someone who is that curt, someone who is that like, I don't know how to describe this energy. It can just be very hurtful. Someone like this, you know, angry can probably be really scary and hurtful. They probably know exactly what to do or say to make someone feel just the way they feel. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. Well, Six of Pentacles, honestly, is letting me know that time is of the essence. It's letting me know that this may be a time, like if you have the pattern app, I like Time Passages because Time Passages, it's a free app unless you want to look at like your future chart interpretations, but it'll tell you what's currently transiting. I like Time Passages versus the pattern. But if you have any of those type of apps that tell you like your natal astrology and what transits are happening in your like against your natal chart, you'll probably see that there's something on there that has to do with love. The only one that I've seen on the pattern is Partners of Destiny. I've had that come up one time. But you may have some sort of astrological influence right now that's putting you in alignment with making a connection. So time is of the essence, and this situation does not at all look in alignment with that timeline that you're on individually. So to be honest, someone new may come in and just swipe you up. We have the 10 of Pentacles here though, so it's like we have the Tower in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Well, that can explain it. Because if the Tower is in reverse, that means you guys have been triggered, but not enough to actually like grow and expand together. Or you have been triggered separately, but you've just been doing the work to try to heal yourselves. But I don't know, it just feels like you don't, it feels like neither of you have the time to deal with all that this is, because it feels like very layered. It feels like a lot. It would take a lot of time, energy, and just true dedication. And then also they have to allow that triggering to happen in order for you guys to be able to work. It's just like so much, and that's how you guys may be feeling, like it's just way too much to handle. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, so this may be a situation that never gets to get healed. This may be a situation that never, yeah, 8 of Swords, King of Pentacles in reverse. That looks like they've given up. So you may be doing spell work to bring you guys back together. But if you're doing it yourself, it may be backfiring, to be honest. Or it may be like, it may just be, this person is like feeling again forced. That's the thing, like with this person specifically, because they have triggering with feeling forced or like they don't have the option. If you try to move them in the right direction, even if you're using like the most purest of intentions and lightest magic, it's still gonna feel the same way for them. So they're still gonna, 8 of Swords, be at war, like knuck if you buck, like yo, ready for the, listen, if this is the end, I'm ready. Like they may be ready to go to war for real. Spirit, any advice for group 2? What can you tell me for group 2? We have the Dragonfly Spirit, the Koi Fish Spirit, the Dove Spirit, and the Electric Eel Spirit. Well, we have the Koi Fish Spirit. There is always enough is what it says at the bottom of that card. So if you feel like, you know, the love is still there, even the smallest bit, Spirit is saying like, I'll use that as fuel to keep fighting for, you know, your love, if that's what you truly feel. But also we have the Dove Spirit, and at the bottom of this one it says be peace. So if you're not feeling at peace with the decisions that you're making, like if you're making a decision to, you know, do spell work but you don't feel good about it, don't do it. Because what's more important than taking action is being at peace. We do have the Electric Eel Spirit that says bring your ideas to life. So if you haven't taken any action to bring this back together, I do feel like Spirit is saying this is a relationship worth fighting for, but you also have to bring your own ideals out of your soul to this relationship, because they just won't respond to anything that's like inauthentic. And then we have the Dragonfly Spirit, truth transcends illusions. You guys may be seeing angel numbers. This is very weird. We have 21, 24, and 22 that came out, and then we have 36. 21, 22, and 24, it skipped 2023, oddly. Maybe 2023 will be the year that both of you go on your own solo journeys, nurse yourselves back to health and heal, and then you can come back together and bring your ideas to life, like it says on number 24 in 2024. But that's what I got on my end. My Etsy's in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. I do also offer custom spell work on there, and for you guys, if you're getting spell work done, make sure it's someone you trust. Check out the reviews that they have. Are people saying that they're pleased with the service? Do they have any reviews? And if you're doing it yourself, like, is it backfiring? Is it working? Make sure you're going, you know, to someone who's really, who really knows what they're doing. But that's what I have for you. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the clear quartz, this is your reading. We're using the Steampunk Tarot for you. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the clear quartz. Show me their person's deepest thoughts for group 3. What are their true feelings and thoughts? Wow. Right away, our union is the strongest, deepest, and purest form of love that can be experienced by two entities within this universe. Really starting off with a bang. That card has not come out at all today or anything like it. We have when my soul saw you, it went, oh, there you are. I've been looking for you. So this was likely a love at first sight type of situation, a situation where they kind of felt drawn to you the very first time they saw you. No questions about it. There was a very strong attraction right from the get-go for this person. They also feel like the connection that they have with you, what they feel with you is very, very deep. This person could be someone who just has a lot of water in their chart or emotional depth to them, because even what I feel right now in my heart space doesn't typically happen. You guys don't see any of that, but I do all sorts of cleansing and rituals and all sorts of things because I'm not trying to take any of this home with me. I want to do the reading, tap into your energy, and I don't want anyone tapping into me later. So to feel like that energy, that pressure into this person in my heart space, like it's like, wow, they have a very strong heart. They feel very deeply. We got another one of those cards. Look at this one. I choose you. And 100 lifetimes and 100 worlds and any version of our reality, I'd find you and I would choose you. This is not a super like, it's a romance deck for sure. I mean, look at the cover art, but it's like, it's not a super like ushy gushy deck. Like group 1 was totally different from this. Like group 1 felt really kind of harsh. Whereas with you guys, it feels so deep and romantic. So it's very interesting that you guys are getting so much heart space based energy. We have, we will always be connected in the soul, no matter how far we drift from each other. And we were brought together cosmically in an encounter marked by inexplicable. See, now, child, this is when people get too excited, because what you're not going to do is put 3 big words in one sentence. That's what you're not going to do. We were brought together cosmically in an encounter marked by inexplicable synchronicities. Say that 5 times fast. Anyways, they feel very strongly towards you. This person has very strong emotions, very strong feelings. It feels really angsty. It feels like this person is so angsty, and they do feel things that way. Like they feel it in their heart and their soul. Their entire body calls out for the person they love. Like when they feel love, they feel it like on 1,000. I feel like the physical intimacy, if there was between the two of you, was like, it felt like they took your soul. Because that's how this feels. Like this feels very Plutonian, very Scorpionic. This person may have a Scorpio Venus or a Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. It feels like they have the placement in one of those areas that can really catch you slipping in love. I trigger your wounds for the purpose of healing. It is your responsibility to heal heal these wounds. And then we have sometimes two people who are truly best for each other will have to face greater obstacles in order to be together. So to be honest, this may be my pile where it's like you guys don't have a deep, complex history that has been very karmic and traumatic. Some of you have, especially if you're dealing with someone who has as deep as emotions as this person does. But for most of you, it feels like there's other things, like greater obstacles in the way that got between you guys being able to be together. Also, some of it, like this really sticks out to me. I trigger your wounds for the purpose of healing. It is your responsibility to heal these wounds. That kind of feels like someone who triggers you on purpose, or they use healing as an excuse to kind of be mean sometimes. This feels like the kind of person who it feels a little contradictory, to be honest. This feels like the kind of person that would use the excuse like, okay, we're not like together in an official relationship, to like do what they want to do. I feel like this person is very bright and spiritual when they want to be, but when the spirituality narrative doesn't serve them, they're like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not contradictory, but when someone's what is it? Hypocrite. It feels hypocritical. Like they use, you know, spirituality or whatever narrative to support them when it supports them, but when it doesn't, it's like all of a sudden, I don't know. I feel like this person may flip-flop a little bit. I feel like they flip-flop, and when it's benefiting them, it's all good. When it's not, then it's like a huge problem. Spirit, show me their feelings. How are they feeling now for group 3? How is this person feeling? We have love. They very much still love you, or they have feelings of love for you. We have the blame card here as well. And to be honest, I do feel like this person genuinely blames themselves. Blame says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. I like these cards because they have like little positive affirmations to kind of like strengthen you in whatever comes out. But I feel like blame for them is more about them accepting, like, I feel like they're being real with themselves. Like, okay, I don't have this person right now because of my own doing. I've been getting in my own way. Love says, I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. But I feel like this person has come to the conclusion that they're in love with you, that their feelings are more than just, you know, surface level. They feel like they really love you. And it hurts them that they've potentially hurted someone or not done right by someone who they're coming to realize they actually love. And I feel like they're just beating themselves up about it. I'm seeing a lot of crying and tears and angst. Oh my goodness. Like this person, they definitely shopped at Hot Topic when they were younger. No, but I feel like they may have like an edgy aesthetic, you know. It's, I don't know why, it's giving me corpse vibes, where it's like, well, I guess technically corpse, well, anyways. It's just giving me like the energy of someone who comes across as like dark, or I don't know. But I feel like they get negatively affected by the way they are just as much as anyone who dates them would. Like, I don't feel like this person is happy with themselves. Spirit, what are they feeling right now for group 3? We have self-esteem and balance. Yeah, and I definitely feel like that's true. There's certain words that you can't say on here, on YouTube, or they'll, you know, kind of block your video. But I do feel like this person struggles with bouts of, you know, when you feel low for a long time. And I know, right? It's crazy. You can't even say that. You know, this person kind of struggles with that. They may even use it as a personality trait. They try to make light of it. But I feel like also like self-hate and self-worth, I feel like that's something that's really weighing on them right now. We have self-esteem and balance. So they kind of honestly hated themselves for what they've done to you or how they've treated you. And for some of you, I don't feel like they've done anything that bad to you. Or that could just be like speaking of a place of trauma itself, because after you get traumatized enough, it's like, oh, they're just cheating, that's not that bad. No, but for some of you, you don't feel like this person has flat out betrayed you, but I just feel like they really need to regulate themselves emotionally, because I keep seeing someone like screaming, crying, and it's like, I feel like they kind of like it. Like, I don't know, it feels like they've just kind of accepted that that's how things are for them. This feels like someone you can't help. Self-esteem says, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Balance says, I bring a state of balance and harmony to my world, and I do so without judgment. So I feel like this person is trying to, I don't know, I feel like they need to get like help themselves before they can do anything for you, because even in how they feel, we have surrender and courage. These are two totally separate parts of the spectrum. Courage is like, okay, I've built up the energy to go do something, whereas surrender is like, I'm going to allow spirit to handle it. So they're lost in the sauce. Surrender says, it says, I can release my need to control. Courage says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So, but I don't feel like that's 100% true. I don't feel like this person has faced themselves. Maybe they have, but it's going to be a process. This person, I feel like, really does need deep healing, and you may not even know the half. Like, you may not even know how bad it is for them, but they really do need deep healing. We have Justice and Ten of Swords in reverse. Someone is afraid to let go of the connection because they feel like it would be the one that got away. But I feel like if you just keep hanging on, it's like, imagine, you know, you're cooking and a knife falls off the counter. The best thing to do is to try to get out the way and allow it to fall, not to try to catch it. But I feel like someone is hanging on to this relationship that's hurting them. And you have all the reason in the world to do it, especially with the Justice card supporting it. You guys are compatible. You do make sense. There was a reason you were put in each other's lives, but it just feels like this person is really not ready. And for me, I like to read more neutrally. So the fact that I really feel confident that most of this is on their end is just very telling for me. Like, it just feels like someone who is so angsty and but like also not healing through it. We got the Ten of Pentacles in the Chariot. So I feel like once you let go, or once this person lets go, or once they truly accept responsibility for their well-being, once they accept, like, listen, you are the problem, I've been getting in the way, this is what is happening, you can still have your happily ever after. And I love the Ten of Pentacles. I love the Ten of Pentacles even more than the Ten of Cups, because the Ten of Cups is like, yeah, the white picket fence, the full family picture, but the Ten of Pentacles is that long-term stability and the support from the universe. There's a girl looking out her window and she can see the couple with the kid and the dogs, but she has a tarot card in her hand, divination, and that kind of represents other people can see that this makes sense. The universe is speaking over this situation and blessing it. You know, this is a connection that makes sense beyond two people that like each other. This is like, it's more than that. It's deeper than that. So I do feel like this connection can stand the test of time, but I would definitely let this person go through their process. I would not help a person like this, because it's going to hurt you way too much. Because I feel like this person, it's like they don't just need therapy, they need like specific trauma therapy to help them through what they have specifically gone through. Like, I don't feel like just talking things over with someone, especially with their, but I don't know though, type of attitude. Like, but I don't know though is like this little meme. You'll see it like with other people, but it used to circulate all the time with Kanye, and he was doing this like gesture and it would say, but I don't know though. It's basically when you have a real problem or something to say, but then you kind of undo everything you said and take the blame off of yourself by saying, but I don't know though, it's just my opinion. This person is like, yeah, sometimes I scream, cry, and I rage, but I don't know though. That's like, no, it's not normal. It's not, I don't know. It's move further, lean into that, and get help and healing. You can't, but I don't know though. Depression, you know, you got to work through that. If you have serious, long-lasting, Yeah, we got the Two of Cups, man. I really feel like Spirit wants this to work, but exactly. We have the Tower and we have the High Priestess. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it, okay? High Priestess. Spirit knows it. You know it. They know it. Some parties are in denial. Some are hanging on. But the Tower needs to fall. The Tower needs to tower. And because you are Two of Cups, soulmates, because there's genuine chemistry between the two of you, I love the Two of Cups in this deck. It's so cute. I love how they're both pouring into the cauldron like a science experiment, and then you can see the yin and yang coming together, representing the divine feminine and masculine coming together. Ugh, just, I freaking love the symbolism in the steampunk. But because you are a match, because there is chemistry, you will come back together, but there's gonna have to be trust needed. And I'm telling you, group 3, I would never tell one of my friends to try to heal this person or help this person. I don't care how spiritual they were. I have many, I talk to other YouTubers and people who read tarot and people who are in totally different aspects of spirituality, and I would never tell them, even if they were a divinely spiritual person, to do this. I just wouldn't. So I can't tell you that. Like, I would not tell someone to try to heal and fix this person, because I can feel that they are aware. They are aware of how they get in their own way. And I can see how they, instead of working on it, they just wallow in like self-pity. We have the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So Spirit is saying this person will get a fire underneath them, Eight of Wands, if you lead the way, Queen of Wands. I feel like you're beyond talking at this point to this person. I don't feel like any conversation is going to make them act right. I feel like Queen of Wands, you just have to take action. You have to get on your horse and you have to show them what it looks like to live your own life. You have to be willing to walk away and be completely without them. And you won't be. Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Chariot, Justice. Things will come back together, but they can't if the Tower can't fall. If Ten of Swords in reverse, you're trying to hang on to scraps. You know, and that's the thing. We can only be responsible for what we do. So it's like, yeah, I can tell you straight up, I just told you not to put in the work for this person. So trust me, I see this person for who they truly are. I can tell you straight up that there are things that they are not doing on their end. I can tell you, I can see all up and through your reading where they're getting in their own way. But still, you can only control what you do on your end. So even though it may hurt you, and even though you've already put in probably a lot of energy into this connection, some of you maybe not, you know, maybe you just bit off more than you could chew with them, because their whole spiel just started to unfold as time went on. But you know, I do feel like taking the lead. We got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck is what's best to do. Hierophant is all about wisdom and really moving from a space of, I know what's right and I'm led by Spirit. Okay. We have the Strength card in reverse. So yes, it's going to be difficult. That could be another thing holding you guys back. You may just like really not do well with emotional pain. It may just really overwhelm you. And Spirit is taking a moment to validate that. Like, I know it's hard, and I know it's been hard for you, and I recognize your effort. I see that you want this. I see that you've been working towards this. Spirit, what will be the outcome, or what will happen moving forward? Yeah, the first card to come out was the Power card. So Spirit is saying both of you have to step into your power. They have to step into their power so that they can get the help that they need, so that they can have the breakthrough. And you have to step into your power by being disciplined enough not to take all this on as you know, your responsibility, because you weren't there going through the trauma with them. So you will never fully be able to understand what it was like, you know, because you weren't there. So you will never be able to fully help them. And even same thing for, you know, therapy. Therapist wasn't there either. They have to choose it at the end of the day. They have to choose it. They have to choose to go through the healing. They have to choose to get the help. And some of you, unfortunately, didn't even get to the point where you could see the 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, where you could see how compatible you were. Because I just heard for a few of you, this person was fresh out of a relationship. So it's all their trauma from their ex that's now being put on your plate as if you're responsible for it. So it's just like a lot. If you don't, it's hard with 2 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. I could see why one would want to hang on to that. But if you don't, if it's not a yes, like a hell yeah, it need to be a hell no with this person, because this is too much. Like, this is a lot to deal. This is like something you do for a husband and wife. Like, when you're patient and being super disciplined and putting in all this work, that's like husband-wife type of, you know, love. That's not, I had a few good times with you and I really feel this connection type of love. That's like, we done already built and I've already received quite a bit. The future, we have power and openness. I feel like as both of you come into your personal power, the situation will open up. We do have opportunity and patience. So Spirit is saying there is going to be an opportunity for you to move forward with this person. There will be an opportunity for you to be together with this person. But the healing just has to happen. At the bottom of the deck, we have potential. You know, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink. And for you guys, I would say make the decision that's best for your mental health. But that is what I got. Their thoughts, their feelings. My Etsy is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. I also offer custom spell work on there, manifestation candles, all that good stuff. That is what I have for you, Group 3. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose Group 4 with the Amethyst Crystal Point, this is your reading. We're using the Gilded Tarot for you. And we are going to see, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? Their true deep thoughts about you. Let's see. Every pile has been very different today. Spirit, this is for Group 4 with the Amethyst. What is their person thinking at this time? What are their thoughts for Group 4? What are their thoughts for Group 4? Oh, we have, no matter how far away we get from each other, even in different dimensions, we will always find our way back. This is destiny. I just had to read that one because it's like, ooh, we got some 5D dream space, astral connection going on here. I haven't gotten that energy today where someone is connecting. I feel like Group 1 or 2 may have gotten it a little bit, but we didn't get that full-on confirmation. Spirit, for Group 4. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have, you are my perfect mirror. I reflect everything within your consciousness. And then we got, you reached inside, grabbed my soul, and set my heart on fire. That just reminds me of Pepe Le Pew. You set my soul on fire. Anyways, stars sang in unison, the sky lit up, and life seemed to be all the brighter. So you bring a lot of light and happiness in this person's life. You genuinely seem like a happy-go-lucky, kind-hearted kind of person. They feel a lot of light emanating from you. We have, we must feel complete individually before we are able to feel complete together. And then we have, when our souls electrically connect via the heart, time and space does not hinder communication. You guys may be seeing blocks in the 4D. That's the second, or sorry, in the 3D. That's the second thought, or now I'm all tongue-tied. That's the second card talking about how there may be like a space between you guys, and you guys may be communicating in other dimensions. Time is the 4D. So you guys may be seeing each other in the 5D and above. That would be telepathic communication. Communication that isn't ruled by time or distance, physical distance. So it wouldn't be the 3D, wouldn't be the 3D, wouldn't be the 4D. It would be like the 5D and above, the astral. Like I said, there could be like telepathic communication going on, the dream space. There is a reason why you can't walk away. We belonged to each other from the start. There's definitely an elephant in the room, and I'm determined to figure it out. You guys probably already know what it is. I don't want to assume. I'm going to clarify with the tarot, but Spirit, any other thoughts from this person? What are their thoughts for group 4? Yeah, so it's like this person has deep feelings for you, but I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to clarify, because I'm like, what is the elephant in the room? I'm not going to be able to move forward until I see what it is. I choose you in 100 lifetimes and 100 worlds and any version of reality. Another card talking about you guys having some sort of otherworldly connection. I'd find you and I'd choose you. Well, so what's the word, Captain? What's going on? Spirit, what is this elephant in the room? What is the block? What is the block? Ooh, I knew it. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. So to be honest, Ten of Swords in reverse, they're not healed from a past relationship, but Four of Wands in reverse, they're still talking to someone that they were in a relationship with in the past. They still hold hope for this person. They still feel like they'll be together eventually. Like, there's a lot. Well, okay, I feel like that was a bit far. I don't feel like this person, I didn't get anything that says that they want to be with this person. And we have the Ace of Swords, so I do feel like they're actively working on it. We also got some repeating twos. We got the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. They're not fully committing to you because they don't know like where that situation is going to go, or that situation hasn't been completely closed out. Two of Pentacles in reverse is good because it's like, okay, I don't want to juggle both of you. I'm not going to sleep with you or be with you and also be with them. So if they're sleeping with you, they're not sleeping with them. I feel like they're talking to the both of you, or they keep, you know, tabs on the other person. They're still like low key holding on to hope that things will work out with that person. But I also feel like Ten of Swords in reverse, there's unresolved like pain from that situation, which can also keep you held on to a person. A lot of people, actually, I would say more connections are held together by the fact that people like can't accept what has happened to them, can't accept that that person did that to them, versus like the genuine love that people have together. I've seen way more relationships or way more people hold on to connections because they want to either get their lick back, or they just want like a fair energetic exchange. They want to reap what they have invested in that connection versus like, oh, it's just because I just love you, that's why I'm here. So I feel like with the Ten of Swords in reverse specifically, that person may have cheated on them, that person may have used them, that person could be their first love. Two of Swords, I just feel like this person is a baby spiritually or emotionally. Like, it doesn't feel like they've accepted the heartbreak, so they have not processed it nearly enough to move on from it. And we have no romantic cards here that has happened besides the Four of Wands to tell me the nature of the connection that they're holding on to. Spirit hasn't given me any indication that this person is still in love with this person. That's why I was like, oh, that's a little bit too far. I don't feel like that's the energy. But yeah, Eight of Wands in reverse, it's keeping them from moving forward. And then we have the Ace of Swords. They're still putting energy into that connection or into that relationship. Like, I don't feel like they've healed from their ex, and I feel like that's the elephant in the room. That's the reason that they can't move forward with you and choose you fully, because this person is very loyal. They feel like that would be betrayal. but they're comfortable connecting with you in every other way, in the dream space, in the astral, telepathically, whatever. Spirit, for group 4, show me their feelings. We have worry and surrender. This person feels like they took it too far, so they're surrendering to the higher power to make it right, but I also feel like that's a cop-out. I genuinely feel that this person is surrendering because they don't have enough energy to put into the connection with you, because they're also still low-key holding on to hope or have not processed the pain of a past relationship. And they feel like they screwed up with you, which doesn't make sense as to why they would want you to be the one to put in energy, like, but that is how they feel. Spirit, show me their feelings. Any other feelings for group 4? We have guilt. Yeah. And then we have loneliness at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like they're really lonely right now. I feel like they're isolating themselves. I feel like they feel guilty, honestly, for even flirting with you, though, knowing that they still weren't over their ex or their past relationship or past pain. Like, they feel guilty about that. They feel guilty for even getting you involved just in their mess. Guilt says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Surrender says, I can release my need to control. And worry says, I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. I love these cards because they give you little affirmations to work through the emotion. But this is how they're feeling. They're feeling guilty. They're feeling worried that they'll never be able to be with you. And they're essentially surrendering to the higher power. Oh, that would piss me off so bad personally. I hate... because I'm such a, let's work on it now, let's do it. I would cuss this person clean out. Like, don't play with me. And it's like, even that doesn't make you feel better, because all they do is sit and, I know, ugh. Spirit, what are they feeling? I'm sorry. I don't want to hear you're sorry. I'm like getting mad for you. I hate when people play with people like this. Like, you're absolutely right. You shouldn't have got me involved. So why did you? We have death and imagination, still fantasizing, still thinking about you all the time, still sending you, especially if you guys ever officially talked about it. Like, if you ever talked about, like, the spiritual connection you have, or if you've ever experienced it in person, like finishing each other's sentences or knowing what was in, you know, their head. But if you've ever talked about the spiritual connection, it's like they know that they have that with you, so they will send you thoughts and feelings and their energy just to get you to become overwhelmed in your emotions and reach out to them, or to bring things back together to get your attention. I don't like that. I'm so annoyed. And then we have death. So I feel like for the most part, they've kind of accepted that the situation probably won't move forward, but they still fantasize about you nonetheless, still think about you all the time. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind, is what it says on imagination. Death says, I am learning that endings are nearly beginnings. And, I mean, yeah, that's true. But I just genuinely feel like a lot has happened here, and I just don't feel like the situation is fair to you. Spirit, what else can you tell me for group 4? What does group 4 need to know? What should they do? What should group 4 do about this? We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands in reverse. So Spirit is saying this is not your problem. Now we do have the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So Spirit is saying you are compatible. Yes, you were put in the same place at the same time as this person because you are compatible, and you can. There is potential for you to have a very good connection with this person. And you've probably seen flashes of that. And that makes it harder to walk away, because you've seen flashes of this person being, you know, someone who you can get along with, someone who you can see yourself with long term. But if they're not consistently making those choices to be that better person, it's like, it gets tricky. It can make you feel really confused. But Spirit is saying, even though the compatibility is here, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, they have to untangle themselves. We've got 3 10s, and they all showed up in reverse, oddly. 10 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands, all in reverse. You may be seeing 10 10 or combinations of 1s and 0s, 1 0 1 0 0 1. Of course, 10 10. Anyways, 10 Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse is Spirit saying this is not your problem and you can't bring this all together even if you wanted to, you know. And 10 of Pentacles in reverse is like, you can lead a horse to a, you know, to water. You can't make them drink. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Like, I put you in the same place at the same time for a reason, because there is compatibility here and it can work out, and you guys will and can and would be really good together if you both choose to stand up as your best selves. And Spirit is saying, 4 of Pentacles, hold your cards close to your chest. Protect yourself in this situation. Do not leave your heart in this person's hands. That's just the most irresponsible thing you could do, because this person has already crossed themselves. They've already broken their own code when it comes to the fact that they know that they shouldn't have started anything with you without resolving whatever in the past. Whether that's, I still want this person, or I'm still holding on to hope, or I just, 10 of Swords in reverse, haven't let them go and process the pain. Regardless, 4 of Pentacles, Spirit is saying you need to protect yourself from this person, group 4. Not because they're crazy, but because this person can really hurt you, because they will string you along. And if you let them, especially after knowing that that's what's happening and getting that confirmation here, it would be, you know, on you at that point. It's hard. Spirit, yeah, we got the Devil card. Sheesh. Spirit is like, you do not want to go. Oh, wait. There's some other cards that flipped over. I didn't even notice before. Let me get them out. Wait. I can't even tell which one's flipped at this point, because there's just as many, like, flipped over as there is going the other direction. Let me see. But yeah, the Devil card, see, look at all these cards. I'm just gonna put them all back, and whatever's meant to fall out will come out again. I don't know if the deck, it may have been like that before I even started your reading, because usually I can feel them when they flip, especially if it's this many. I don't think that's the case though. I think it was already like that from another reading that I did. But yeah, with that Devil card, that's definitely a red flag. That's like, seriously, you need to protect yourself, because this can get very shadowy. Because after a certain point dealing with this person, even if they take responsibility in the beginning, they're not going to take responsibility later in the relationship if you continue to still keep, you know, accepting like the bare minimum. If you continue to accept that this person is, you know, not healed or holding on to an ex, at a certain point, Spirit is saying, yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that would be something that you didn't protect yourself from. So what you should do, 4 of Pentacles, really keep to yourself. I wouldn't entertain any of that. And to be honest, if it was me, I don't fuck around, okay? I would, okay, don't do what I do. I'm not even gonna say what I would do, because, listen, I don't play that. I don't. But I would at least do a cord cutting, if not some banishing, and return to sender, because for me personally, I take it as disrespect. If you know you're doing something wrong and you're continuing to do it, even if you're hurt, that doesn't mean you get to hurt me too. And that's why I would have more an extreme reaction, where it's like, listen, you may get a little dust on you, okay? Because you're not gonna play with me. I don't care. I'm hurt. I don't care. You're not gonna hurt me too. You're not taking me down with you. I take it as disrespect. But for those of you out there who are normal and level-headed, you may just not be on that type of time. But I'm not gonna be their peace. I would be their problem. Absolutely. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. Nice. I love it. And the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That's okay. That's what we want to see. This is what we want to see. King of Pentacles. Not only is this person healed, but they have something to offer. Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. Spirit is saying, do not deal with this person until they stand up as the Emperor. And then you will also see good things are starting to happen and positive changes. You will see positive changes happening in your life. You will have consistent positive experiences when you hang out with this person. And Emperor, King of Pentacles, they're taking care of you. It could be simple, like they're opening up the door for you. They're asking you how your day went. You know, they're taking that extra mile, you know, doing nice things for you, treating you nicely with love, with kindness, with respect. You know, so you'll see that from them, but you'll also feel good about it in your heart of hearts. And that's how you'll know it's right. But until they show up this way, I wouldn't entertain any of it. Y'all know where I stand on it. Like, they would have me so effed up. Okay, Spirit, anything else for group 4? We have the Dolphin Spirit, which says this and that are true. And then we have the Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. So here's the thing. I feel like you guys do feel very strongly for this person, and you want to be loyal to them, and you want to love them, and you want to be there through it. And you are empathetic and sympathetic for their journey, what they're going through and where they're at. But at the same time, with this Dolphin Spirit, this and that are true. Yes, that's true. You want to be there for them, and the love is genuine. The love is there. You guys are a good match when you're both making healthy choices. But even so, you're also still getting hurt. This person has also still got old baggage and things from the past that they need to work on. And that's also true, and that also needs to be honored. So the best course of action is really to disengage so that you don't get further hurt. And I've been hearing this so much today, like, you know, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink. Until they make the choices to do right by you, the compatibility doesn't matter. You know, Spirit brought you together, but if they don't do the work to keep you, to maintain you, to pour into you, to be fair to you, then all of that has to go out the window, and you have to protect yourself. So that's what I got, you guys. My Etsy is in the description if you'd like a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. I also offer custom spell work on there, manifestation candles, all sorts of stuff. But that is what I got for you, group 4. I'll talk to you soon.